In 2014, a mysterious demo appeared on the PlayStation Store. No title, no instructions, just two letters, PT. At first, it looked like nothing more than an indie experiment. A single hallway, dimly lit, looping endlessly. But what players discovered inside would change horror gaming forever. This wasn't just a demo, it was a puzzle, a nightmare, and a teaser for a project that promised to redefine the genre. A project that would vanish almost as quickly as it appeared. On August 12, 2014, PlayStation 4 owners suddenly found a free download from a so-called developer called 7780 Studios. No trailer, no press release, no hype, just silence. The name 7780 was strange too. Fans later discovered it wasn't random. It was a reference to the Shizuoka Prefecture in Japan. And if you translate Shizuoka directly, it means quiet hill. A hidden clue staring everyone in the face from the very beginning. The game gave no tutorials, no hints, no objectives. Players were simply dropped into a single hallway, a hallway that would become the most terrifying corridor in gaming history. At first glance, it was ordinary. A clock on the wall, a table with a phone, a family photo. But the moment you turned the corner and the hallway repeated itself, you knew something was wrong. Each loop was slightly different. A door cracked open just enough to see the darkness inside. A refrigerator suddenly hanging from the ceiling, dripping with blood. A radio broadcast describing a father who had murdered his entire family.
His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who he shot in the stomach, was pregnant at the time.
And then there was Lisa, the ghostly figure who stalked a player in silence. Sometimes you'd see her standing in the shadows, sometimes reflected in a mirror. Sometimes you'd hear her breathing behind you, and if you dared to turn around, you'd realize she was already there. PT wasn't just a haunted hallway, it was one of the most complex, frustrating, and brilliant puzzles gaming had ever seen. To trigger the ending, players had to perform a series of actions that felt completely nonsensical. Walk exactly 10 steps at the right moment. Whisper into the PlayStation microphone to call out to Lisa's baby. Trigger a baby's laughter not once, but 3 separate times. It took the internet days to solve. Streamers and forums pieced it together in real time, sharing every new discovery like a global scavenger hunt. And finally, after days of trial and error, the last door opened. Players stepped into the street and saw him, Norman Reedus, revealed as a protagonist of a brand new Silent Hill game called Silent Hills. Directed by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, Silent Hills had just been announced in the most unorthodox way imaginable. On paper, PT was simple. One hallway, one ghost, no weapons, no combat. But it was precisely that simplicity that made it so terrifying. The sound design was masterful. Lisa had faint sobs, a floorboard creaking under invisible footprints, a distant door slamming. The uncertainty was relentless. Lisa wasn't scripted to appear in one place every time. She was unpredictable. She could be waiting in the bathroom or standing right behind you, invisible but present, her shadow casting over yours. Players weren't just scared of what they saw. They were scared of what they imagined might happen next. That's what made PT so effective. But as quickly as PT appeared, it disappeared. Behind the scenes, Konami and Hideo Kojima's relationship was falling apart. By 2015, Kojima had left Konami and Silent Hills was cancelled outright. Konami didn't just cancel the project, they removed PT from the PlayStation Store entirely. If you hadn't downloaded it, you would never be able to play it again. Worse, Konami blocked the ability to transfer the game between consoles. Overnight, PT became unobtainable, and yet this only fueled the legend. To this day, PS4 consoles with PT installed are sold online for hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars. Even though Silent Hills never happened, PT left a permanent scar on gaming, in the best way possible. Resident Evil 7's demo, Beginning Hour, was directly inspired by it. Leaning into first-person claustrophobia and a creepy house filled with subtle changes, indie developers rushed to capture its magic, leading to games like Layer of Fears, Visage, and the fan project Allison Road. And beyond games, PT became a cultural phenomenon. Major streamers like PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye introduced it to millions of players, immortalizing their terrified reactions. Game design classes now study PT as an example of how minimalism, sound, and atmosphere can create deeper fear than jump scares ever could. PT was only a teaser, a short hallway demo that lasted under an hour, and yet its impact has lasted for far longer than most full-length games. It proved that horror isn't about how many monsters you fight, but about the fear of the unknown. It showed us that a single hallway could be scarier than an entire city, and it left us all wondering what Silent Hills might have been. PT may be gone, but in the imagination of millions of players, it will never truly be forgotten. You guys made it to the end. Thank you so much. This was my first video like this. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, or comment down below what I could do better. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side.